शुरू करते हैं बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. What is a lexical relations? Or after this lecture, we will discuss the words and the types of the words. In lexical relations, we find out some of the terms that are associated to the word and their meanings. First one, what is the synonyms, and after that, what is the antonyms, and third one, what is a hyponym and prototypes, and after that, homophones and homonyms, polysamy and metonymy and collocations. These are the relations that can be found in and the type of lexical relations, and we will discuss them one by one. Let's move toward the first one. First one, synonyms. Actually, as we know very well, synonyms are the two words or two or more than two words with closely related to the sense of the meanings, the sense of relations, just in order to with the sense of synonyms. कि just मीनिंग्स की रेफरेंस से अगर आपको कोई क्लोजली रिलेटेड वर्ड्स मिलते हैं तो वो वन वर्ड can be considered as the synonym of the second word. But sometimes we have to see the limitations. Uh, these synonyms can never ever be utilized in the whole senses, but sometimes the synonym that we consider that this is a synonym of that word can never ever be implemented in some of the situations. We try to convey the message according to the text, according to the situation where the text is being interpreted or where the text is being presented. Basically, it is not necessary that the synonym of a one word mandatory to apply that synonym in the replacement of the word in every situation. Synonyms can often, though not always, be substituted for each other in sentences. We can never ever substitute synonyms at every time we want to write the sentence. It is totally dependent on the situation where we utilize the word. We change the synonym of the specific word, but not in every sentences, but in some specified sentences according to the situation and according to the position of the sentence and the structure of the words. Just like in appropriate circumstances, we can say, what was his answer? What was his answer? First one, answer can be replaced by the meaning by the word of reply. Reply can be or can have a synonym of the word answer. But if we want to get an answers, we can never ever put the word reply in the sense of the answers. Just see the examples. We can say, what was his answer or what was his reply. Both are correct in the sentence with much the same meaning, because both reply and the answer are presenting the same sense. But the idea of sameness of meaning used in discussing synonyms is not necessarily total sameness. There are many occasions when one word is appropriate in a sentence, but its synonyms can never ever be or would not be. Just like Sandy had not or had only one answer correct on the test, or we can never ever replace this answer to the reply, just like Sandy had only one reply correct to the test. Here, answer can never ever be replaced by the word reply, even though these answers is already replaced by us in the previous examples. Just like the example that I put here, we can say what was his answer or what was his reply. What was his reply is also related and having the same meanings as what was his answers. But in a sense of Sandy had only one answer correct in the test, we can never ever replace answer with reply with the example that Sandy had only one reply correct to the test. Actually, I want to express that we can never ever utilize the synonyms in the old senses, and we can never always use the synonym in any replacement. We utilize the synonyms in some specific situations where the situation where these words can be adjustable or can be put, where they can capable enough to express the sameness of the word at which or on which we try to utilize the things. Try to see another ones. Synonyms forms may also differs in terms of formal versus informal uses. For example, the second version with four synonymous replacement sounds much more casual or informal than the first one. My father purchased a large automobile and my dad bought a big car. Here, the purchase can be replaced with the bought, and the large is replaced by the big. But here are sometimes we use the situation of formal and informal. But we can never ever say that both are applicable in the both situations. Sometimes words are limited or words are limitized to their use while utilizing the sense of formal and informal. Formal in a sense that we utilize the things in a professional manner, in a professional environment or in a professional situation, or while informal is a situation where we utilize the words in a more friendly way. There is no professional touch, there is no professional boundaries, and there is no professional limitation while utilizing the words in a for informal situation. After that, we have antonyms. Antonyms, two forms with opposite meanings are called antonyms. As same, these words have the same philosophy as the synonyms. The antonym also can never ever, or and this, antonyms do not always or does not always utilize with the same senses as synonyms. The- Just like some common examples are the pairs like alive and dead. These are the antonym. Alive and dead mean the person who is being dead. Big and small, fat and slow, happy and sad, hot and cold, long and short, male and female, married and single, old, new, rich, poor, true and false. These are the common examples of the pairs of the words of antonyms. But antonyms are usually divided into two further types. The first one gradable and second one non-gradable. What is a gradable and what is a non-gradable? Let's see. Gradable synonyms such as big and small can be used in comparative constructions like I am bigger than you and a pony is smaller than a horse. Then the negative of one member of a gradable pair does not necessarily imply the other. For example, the sentence my car isn't old does not necessarily mean my car is new. Here, again we can never ever, I'm going to repeat my statements that we can never ever utilize these words relations and this lexical relation to any type of features of these lexemes, just like antonym and synonyms and polynames and the hyponyms, just like antonyms. Just say the sense and try to convey the senses according to the situation and according to the sentence where the words are being written. Furthermore, non-gradable antonyms are called complementary pairs. Comparative constructions are not normally used. We don't typically describe someone as deader or more dead than another. Just like sometimes we make the comparative and they consider as a gradable, but the things that we can never ever make the comparative construction, they considered as a non-gradable. All the antonym that may be that may be capable enough or that may be reliable enough to make them comparative degree and superlative degree, and the words that the words that can be in a position of a comparative and superlative degree considered as a gradable antonyms, and the words that can never ever be in a position of that can never ever be make just like comparative and superlative construction, they considered as a non-gradable things. And we can never ever say just like dead and deader and just like we have other examples in our life. After that, the negative of one member of a non-gradable pair does imply the other member. As gradable can never ever be applied with the antonym, but the non-gradable can be applied with the antonym. Just like that is my grandparents aren't alive does indeed mean my grandparents are dead. If you are putting the negative, it's mean the non-gradable antonyms, they can be replaced with they can be replaced with another antonyms, just like it's the position of the antonyms. Just like aren't alive, it's mean dead, but we can never say that the dead person isn't alive. But it is totally dependent on the situation. Again, try to try to comprehend the concept, try to clear the basic understanding of the use of the synonyms and the antonyms. Although we can use the negative test to identify non-gradable antonyms in a language, uh, but not always in a time. So we usually avoid describing one member of an antonymous pairs as the negative of the others. For example, while undress can be treated as the opposite of dress, it does not mean not dress. Undress does not mean not dress. It actually means to the reverse of the dress. Antonyms of these types are called reversives, or these are not in the type of gradable and the non-gradable, but these are in the type of reversives. Further example, other common example of reversives are enter and exit, pack and unpack, lengthen and shorten, raise and lower, tie and untie. These are the example of the reversible where we utilize, or where we use, or where we make antonyms while utilizing the word that is being presented in earlier. Just other example that we have in the lexical relation, that we have a hyponym. Hyponym, when the meaning of one form is included in the meaning of another. We have same meanings with the two different words. One can be used as the whole term, or just as the whole scenario, and the second is the subcategory of the main term. But both can be presented as a one term. Just like when the meaning of one form is included in the meaning of another form, this relationship is described as hyponym. Just if I say that transport, or transport mean all the types of transport, just like air transport, road transport, just like furthermore, or if I just like car hai, bus hai, ट्रेन है, एयर, just like आपके पास airplanes हैं, ये all considers in the term of transport. Just like that, if we say vegetables, all type vegetable. If I put the name of yams and carrots, or furthermore, carrots is also considered as vegetable, yam is also considered as vegetable. If I say flower mean rose is also the part of flower. It's just like tree. If I say oak is also a tree. If one meaning is included in its another meaning, this relationship is considered as a hyponym. The concept of inclusion involved in this relationship, or in this, the idea that if an object is a rose, then it is necessary is it is a flower. So the meaning of flower is included in the meaning of a rose, or rose is a hyponym of flower. Just like carrot is a hyponym of just like vegetables, and vegetable, the meaning of carrot is included in the part of vegetable. After that, we can take another examples, as uh, as I uh, as I put the example of transport, or just like means of vehicles, or any type of vehicles can be included in the part of, or in the hyponym of vehicles. After that, when we consider hyponyms or hyponymous connections, we are essentially looking at the meaning of words in some type of hierarchical relationship. We can represent the relationship between a set of words as a hierarchical diagram. After that, we have a prototypes. The concept of a prototype helps to explain the meaning of a certain words like birds, not in terms of components or features. We are not here to present the features of the word birds, but we are here to present the term of the bird. Uh, has feather. For birds mean has feather, has wings, but in terms of resemblance to the clearest meanings. Just 1 second. G, we are talking about prototypes. The concept of a prototypes helps to explain the meaning of certain words, just like bird. If we take a name, or if we say a name of a bird, definitely the feature of the bird is like the bird has its feathers and the bird has its wings. These terms directly put in our minds, but in terms of resemblance to the clearest example, but we have to put the clear example that presents the category and the features of the birds, just like while words like canary, paramount, dove, duck, flamingo, parrot, pelican, and robin are all equally co-hyponyms of the superordinate bird. Just like, again, here is the example of hyponyms. They are not all considered to be equally good example of the category of bird, because all these, the name of the things has or have not entitled with the feature of wings, with the features of the feathers, but they are considered as a hyponyms, but they are all not considered as a prototypes. According to the same researcher, the most characteristics instances of the category bird is robin. The things that they have also the feathers, and they also considered as they have their wings. Thus, even native speaker of English might wonder if ostrich or a penguin should be hyponyms of the birds. Technically, they are. Definitely, they are the hyponyms of the category of the bird, but have no trouble deciding about sparrow or pigeon. These last two are much closer to the prototypes. The things that are clearly presents the idea of its feature considered as a prototypes. After that, what is the difference between homophones and the homonyms? When two or more different forms have the same pronunciation, they are described as a homophones. If two different words has the same pronunciation, just like beer, beer, meat, meat, floor, floor, pale, pale, right, right, see, so, to all the words that have words are different but the pronunciation are same, they are considered as homophones. If we use the term homonyms when one form written or spoken has two or more unrelated meaning, as in these examples: bank, bank of a river; bank financial institution; bat, flying creature, bat used in sport; and mole on skin, moles, moles, animals; pupil at schools and pupil in the eye; or race, contest of speed; and race, ethnic group. Both are correlated in the type of homonyms because they are associated with the verb. We have homophones. Homophones means if there are two different words but they have same pronunciation, they are considered as a homophones. When one form or written or spoken has two or more unrelated meanings, if the word is a one but the meanings are two different, they are considered as a type of homonyms, or even they are considered in other forms. Just like the temptation is to think that the two types of bank must be related in the meaning, they are not. Bank of a river and the bank of financial. I saw him at the bank of a river. I saw him at the bank of a river. I deposited 50,000 in my bank account. Both are associated with the one word, that is bank, but both has their different dimension and different meanings. Homonyms are the words that have separate histories and meanings but have accidentally come to have exactly the same form. Just like if the words are in the same category, in the same form, but the meanings are different, they considered as a homonyms. Or if the words are different, but the pronunciation are the same. They are considered as homophones. After that, we have polysemy. When we encounter two or more words with the same form and the related meanings, we have what is technically known as polysemy. Just like when we encounter two or more words with the same form and related meanings, the words are correlated and the meanings are correlated. If the words are same and their meanings are also same, they considered as a polysemy. And we have their example, just like polysemy can be defined as one form, written or spoken, having multiple meanings that are all related by extensions. Just like example are the word head, used to refer to the object on top of your body, on the top of a glass of beer, person at the top of a company, or the person who is the top at the department, and the many other things. Other example of polysemy are foot of person, foot of person, foot of bed, foot of mountain, or run, person does, water does, or even just like color does. Or we can differentiate these category while utilizing or while putting the focus or while putting the attention while utilizing these definition of the lexical relations or lexical words. If we are not sure whether different uses of a single words are example of homonyms or polysemy, we can check in a dictionary, or it's our duty to be specified or to be specific related to the terms and related to the category of the words that are presented in our or that are presented in our text or in our books. It is our duty to differentiate all these types. There will be a passage in your exam, in your midterm exam. Definitely there will be a passage, or from that passage you will be directed to find out the category of the word and the relation of the word. Where is the synonym of the word, where is the homonym, where is the homophones, where is the polysemy, where is the antonyms. All these things you will be directed to find out all these words in your text. If the words has multiple meanings, just like polysemious, then there will be a single entry with a numbered list of the different meaning of the word. If the two words are treated as homonyms, they will typically have two separate entries. Try to make the meanings of the word, just like if we have the well in a positive sense, well, theek hai, acha hai, behtar bhi. These are the meanings that can be associated with the word well. But after that, it is possible for two forms to be distinguished with reference to homonyms, and for one of the form of also to have uses with reference to the polysemy. It is our duty to differentiate between these things. After that, we have metonym, a type of relationship based on a close connection in everyday experience, which can be based on just like container contents relations, bottle, water, can, juice, whole part relation, car, wheels, house, roof, representative symbols relationship, king, crown, the president, the White House. It's mean if we say the king, the definitely there is a word in our mind, that the crown. If we put the word crown, so definitely crown is associated with the word king. If we say a White House, definitely the president of the USA keep the blink in our mind. The word of president blinks in our mind. If we say roof, so definitely there is a concept of house in our mind. If we say wheels, so definitely the concept of vehicles, just like car, bus, and other things that has four wheels, or that concept of the things put in our mind, or blinks in our mind. Or even though that it is our familiarity with the mentonym that makes it possible for us to understand he drank the whole bottle, although it sounds absurd literally. He drank the liquid, not the glass object. Just like if we put the he drank a bottle, so definitely we make a mind that which type of things he drank. Or we also accept that the White House has announced, or our Downing Street protested, without being puzzled that building appear to be taking. Confirm, we are talking about the person who is talking about at the frontier of the White House. We consider that he is the president of United States. We have another example, just like metonymy are highly are highly conventionalized and easy to interpret. However, other examples depended on an ability to interpret what the speaker has in mind. Example included, get your butt over here, the strings are too quiet, I prefer a cable. Making senses of such expressions often depends on context, background, knowledge, and inferences. While utilizing the reading text, it is necessary for us to keep in mind the situation and the contextual position of the text where the text is being presented. If we want to get the meaning of the things, or if we want to get the analysis of the written text, it is our duty to look and see each and every word that is presented in the form of that passage, or we are bound to read, and we are bound to confirm, and we are bound to see the lexical relation of that topic and that words. After that, we have a collocation. Collocation is a mixture of the things where the two different words can be collocate. We have verb noun collocation, just like verb collocation, noun collocation, and verb noun collocations. We know that some words tend to occur with other words. If you ask 1,000 people what they think of when you say a hammer, more than half will say nail. Hammer and nail, they are the collocation of noun collocation. If you say table, then they will mostly say chair, table and chair. And butter elicit bread, needle elicit a thread, and salt elicit paper. It's mean some words are associated and some words are correlated to another words. If the one word is correlated to another word and they presenting the idea of that other word, is considered as a collocation. One way we seem to recognize our knowledge of words is simply on the basis of collocation. We frequently occurring together. We have different types of collocation, but to collocation is our now topic, but we are here to learn about the lexical relation of the words. Food for thought. How can we apply our understanding of semantic feature, semantic roles, and lexical relations in discourse analysis? As I informed you earlier, that in your midterm, there will be a question of almost 10 to 15 marks. There will be a passage, and you will ask to find out all the lexical relation in that passage. That's all from my side. If you have any question, you may ask.